Politicians, the private sector, traditional rulers and ordinary citizens converged on the International Conference Center in Port Harcourt, the River State capital, for this conference on democracy and good governance. The former British Foreign Secretary Jack Straw delivered the first keynote address, focusing on the importance of strong institutions to democracy.
Trust in the ballot box to deliver a fair, even if for some unwelcome result, is the leitmotif of every stable democracy. If people genuinely believe in the power of their vote to make a difference to their lives, more often than not, they will take part in the election and democracy will thereby be embedded.
The reactions to his speech were positive until a slight twist was brought in by the renowned lawyer Femi Falana.
The issue of election, which is a major pillar in democracy. Orderly succession through free, fair, credible, in fact, I would say electoral process.
Nigeria is not more corrupt than many Western countries. But in the ranking of Transparency International, it is only the victims of corruption, countries whose ruling class is allowed by the West to loot their treasury and bring to the vaults of Western banks.
And the former Foreign Secretary had his own reply.
Maybe years ago, it was possible for corrupt anybody from around the world to put their money into British banks. These days, it is incredibly difficult.
When he took to the podium, the former Prime Minister of Ireland outlined areas like the rule of law, mutual tolerance, strong party systems, good economic conditions, and a strong stance against corruption he thought should be the bedrock of the democratic growth of Nigeria.
Every country in the world is still searching for good governance. No country has yet fully arrived at that destination. And indeed, good governance isn't a destination, it's a process of constant renewal of your institutions. And a country that has good governance now could have bad governance 10 years from now if it is not very vigilant to preserve those characteristics.
The chief host, Chibike Amechi, collected the baton and sealed the conversation with a declaration implying that corruption can be stemmed.
When the Attorney General asked that you need a strong leader to be able to establish institutions, no! A weak man can establish strong institutions. Which means if that system is strong and independent, what does the system do? It will fish all of us out, one after. You can be in PDP, you can be in APC. The system will fish you out and throw you. The moment the first person goes to jail, the second person goes to jail, the third person goes to jail, everybody will change.
A healthy and strong democracy will birth a strong and healthy nation and citizenry. That's the crux of the conversation at this gathering. The next step is turning these words into action steps and following through. Neo Taigbe, Channels Television News.